So Figma just released a new MCP server, and GPT-5 codecs is now available in Cursor. So I wanted to try converting a design into code and seeing how the model does. So on the left, I've got Cursor, and I've already configured the Figma MCP. And then on the right, I've got this Figma design that I found on the Figma community. So I'm going to say, build this, and then paste in the design link into the Cursor agent chat. Now, the MCP has the ability to go fetch information about our project. It can go get the code for the actual page using Figma's dev mode. It can take screenshots. It can get other metadata of the page. And the goal is to try to get something that hopefully looks as close to this design as possible. Now, the model's working. It called getting the code. It called taking a screenshot. These are different tools that the MCP server makes available to Cursor. And now it's working on some to-dos. So while this is kind of cooking and coding in the background, I want to talk about this design and one of the reasons why I thought it was interesting. So I found this on the Figma community, and it has a good mix of things that I think the model might not get right. And so I wanted to stress test it a little bit. One, there's images. Two, these horizontal progress bars, I feel like the CSS somehow always gets mixed up for them and it doesn't work. Tables, are always difficult. Will be interesting to see if it does flexbox or grid. I'm not really sure exactly how it will do it, and then there's also some icons. So we'll see if it gets the SVGs right. It's not a full page, but this is enough that I would expect the design to be pretty close. And this might be a spot where a designer would kind of build something, mock it up inside of Figma. And when they're ready to prototype what it actually feels like to click through the app, maybe you want to have a nice animation when the order goes from confirm to ship, and you can kind of see that move live. Or maybe these rows should shift down when a discount code is applied, and there's like a little celebratory animation there. You can take that into code, prototype this live using the Cursor agent, see how it feels with real code, and then hand off this design, hand off this prototype so that folks can understand what you're trying to implement. So we see that the Cursor agent is building this order tracking file. If I go back to the main Cursor view, I've just got a basic React app that I started with bun init. So I didn't set up anything ahead of time, just kind of the basic scaffolding. And I'm using this new view of working with the Cursor agent, similar to the left sidebar, but it's just more screen real estate for you to be able to read the agent chat and manage your conversations with the agent on the left instead. So this will be released in a future version of Cursor. It's in the beta settings if you want to try it out now. So it looks like we're making some changes. And let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. Just pull this over here. We've got this kind of unified diff view. So we've got our order tracking file. Seems good. We've got changes to our main entry point into our app. That seems fine. Another nice thing about kind of building with React is that I think for a lot of designers, the component model really helps click in their brains, especially with the readability of Tailwind classes. You might not be an expert on CSS yet or on HTML yet. Maybe this is your first jump into kind of getting into the code. But I find that the self-contained composability of a component kind of maps to how you would do things in the Figma left sidebar, how you would do your layers, for example. So it looks like we have something done. Start the server. I'm just going to try saying start the server. See if this works. And I can pull up the terminal. Seems fine. So it's going to start at localhost 3000. Let's try this. Okay, so we have something. We still got the default bun init background, which is just hilarious and really fun to look at. So as I expected, this horizontal bar, the models are just really not great at. But other than that, it pulled the images correctly from the Figma file, which is nice. The aspect ratio on that seems a little bit off. These SVGs are correct. What else? Let's kind of go back and forth here. It seems pretty close. definitely would save you a lot of time in trying to go from this. It's even got the breadcrumbs right. So now I could say, fix the aspect ratio on the credit card icon. And then how do I want to describe this? Fix, oh, this is still going here. Let's pop this in. Fix the order tracker. It's like the Domino's pizza thing. I think that's the canonical name for it. Fix the order tracker horizontal bar. It's not centered vertically on the dots. I think that makes sense. That's my best way of describing how that works. I'll just zoom out a little bit here so we can look at all the changes. It looks like it did fix the aspect ratio on that, so that's nice. What else? It's maybe a little big. We could probably make that a bit smaller. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how close it did for a one-shot, especially since I didn't have to tell anything. I just gave it the Figma file, and then it's very easy for us to kind of prompt and follow up from here. I'm curious how close those buttons are. I didn't look at that too quickly. Seems like the SVGs are pretty accurate. They're not 100% accurate, but I could ask for a change on that. So yeah, honestly, not too bad. I'm curious what you all think, if this seems like something that you would use. It looks like my follow-up here to fix, this is kind of a terrible prompt, but fix the order tracker horizontal bar. It did work, which is nice, and I get the hot reloading here, and it works. So not bad. This is, I haven't used Codex too much, but first impression here, not too bad in paired with the Figma MCP server. So let me know what you think.